Gentlemen, and accustomed as I am to giving public speeches, we'll do some exercises instead. Okay, if you sit up with your feet slightly apart and don't lean back on your chair, sit forward a little bit, because what we want is a good posture. So if you pop your hands on your lap and your head not poking forward, not poking back, but nicely resting on your shoulders. And it's a good idea just to take a breath in and lift your shoulders, and then drop your shoulders and sigh. Good. One more. And sigh. Okay, give your right arm a shake. Nice and loose. Down you go. And your left arm. And down. Shake your right leg. And down, and shake your left leg, and down. Then just flap your wrists around. Good. Hold your right wrist, and we hold the wrist just to isolate the movement into your wrist, otherwise you tend to move your whole arm. So just stretch your wrist backwards and forwards with a really good stretch. Not too fast, just a good, nice stretch back and forward. Then circle, again, quite slowly. Make sure you get a good circle. And then circle back the opposite way. Good. And then hold your left wrist. And again, backwards and forwards. Circle. Circle back. And then make a fist tight and stretch. And tight and stretch. Pop your hands on your lap, sit nice and straight. Stretch your fingers wide apart and close them together. And again, stretch apart and close together. Keep your hands on your lap and just lift your thumbs and down. Lift your first finger and down. Second finger and down. Tricky third finger and down. And your little finger and down. Well done. Now, finger and thumb, first finger, thumb, squeeze really tight. And squeeze second finger and thumb tight. Third finger and thumb tight. And little finger and thumb squeeze and down. I'm sure some of you do go to exercise classes and hands are often forgotten. But you know, we use them all the time, and so it's important to keep them as flexible as possible. I'd like you to tuck your elbows in and turn your palms up and down. Turn up and down. Then I call this a squawky chicken. Hands back and across. Stretch back and across. Hands on your lap and just wriggle your shoulders. Good. And stop. Stretch your arms forward. Turn palms up and back to back. And up, back to back. Touch both shoulders. Stretch forward. Opposite shoulders. You're very good. Stretch forward. Lift up. Whoa. Point those fingers and stretch. Feel the stretch, not only in your arms, but the side of your body. Really stretch. Good. Touch the top of your head. And again, stretch up. Go out to the side. Okay, from there, we're going to do 3 claps in front of you. So we go 1, 2, 3, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3 towards the floor, 1, 2, 3, hands on your lap, and sigh. So we're going to do the breathing again. Lift your shoulders, breathe in, and drop. And again, in, and sigh. Whenever we do anything, we hold the tension here. So it's always a good idea in the now and then just to do that to get the tension out of your shoulders. Okay, pop your hands on your shoulders and circle your elbows. And again, a big circle. And not too fast. Make sure you give that a big stretch. Then go back the opposite way. Good, and hands on your lap. Clasp your fingers together and stretch forward. Touch your right shoulder. It's always tricky when you're facing me to remember right and left. Forward. Left shoulder. Forward. Stretch up. Behind your head. And now keep your head up and your elbows back. And bring your elbows towards each other. Some of you've got long arms like me. If you've not, your elbows won't touch, but don't worry. Apart. Together. And apart. Keep them back, head up, and turn to the right. And forward. Turn to the left. And forward. Stretch up. Forward. And now I want to turn your hands so you give a big stretch and away from you. Then slide your hands apart onto your lap and have a wriggle. Very good. Okay, make sure your feet are flat, slightly apart, taking the weight nicely through your bottom. And keep your head forward, looking forward. Okay, I want you to turn your head to the right, look over your right shoulder, and we're going to hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stretch a little more, and slowly forward. Look over your left shoulder, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch, and slowly forward. Right ear towards your right shoulder, so over sideways, and again count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch, and slowly up. Let your shoulders go. Over to the left, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch, and slowly up, and just wriggle your shoulders. And stop. Now I want you to tap your toes. You can bring your feet closer together and tap your toes, 1, 2. Then keep your toes on the floor and tap your heels, 1, 2. And stop. Then up on your toes, rock back on your heels. And toes and heels, toes and heels, and one more, toes and heels, and stop. Now I want you to go on the toes of your right foot and the heel of your left foot. And then we change. Once you get it, you're okay. Well done. Good, and stop. Then put your right leg forward and just move your ankle up and down. And again, a good stretch up and a good stretch down. Then circle, circle back, and bring your foot back. Then left leg forward, foot up and down, good stretch, circle, circle back, and down. You can sit back on your chair a little. You don't need to lean back, but just so you're well back, because you're going to swing your right leg. And down, and then your left leg. And down. Lift, pull your right foot towards you, stretch your leg, make sure that knee is really tight, and you must have your foot pointing towards you. And then you're going to just lift it, not very far. We're going to lift and hold again, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly down. Pull your left foot towards you. Stretch your knee really tight. Little lift. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly down. We know these muscles, quadriceps muscles. They're the muscles in the body that obviously get us up and down and that we use for walking. If we don't use them properly, or if we don't walk for long or much, these are the muscles in the body that waste quite quickly. But the good news is they're easy to strengthen. And this is one way of doing it. Sitting on a chair is not ideal because it's quite difficult to lift when you're sitting up straight. But if you sit on an easy chair, or you sit in bed but leaning back a little bit, it's easier. So you have to keep your foot pulled towards you, because if you don't, if your foot's pointed away from you, you won't be able to get your knee really straight, and you won't be using these muscles to the best that you can. So again, let's just do that one again. So it's foot towards you, and straighten your knee and make sure it's really braced. And then it's just a little lift. And the reason it's a short lift is because if you lift any higher, your knee bends. So you need to keep it straight. And you can go down because I've been talking. Okay, pull your left foot towards you. Stretch that knee, a little lift, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly down. Good. So if you've got anybody you know and they're struggling to stand up and sit down, this is a good exercise to do. Strengthening muscles, there are exercises that are more specific for your joints, and that's the sort of swinging, you know, which we'll do in a minute. And that loosens joint. Obviously, you have to use muscles, otherwise joints won't move. For muscles, you can increase their strength in 2 ways. By repetition, so you start by doing 5, then you increase it to 10, and maybe, it depends what the exercise is, you might get to 20 or 30. And the other way is with weights, and of course the exercise bands that we'll be using later. So that's a resistance exercises. So there's just different ways, and you can try different ways yourself. So if you do this one, and you find it very easy to do 5, then go to 10. I would never do it more than about 30. There's not a lot of point, really. Okay, So I think, because you're all so fit, that we're going to stand up. So you can stand near your chair or between your chair, so that if we may do some things with the chair in a minute. But if you just move away from you, actually, I changed my mind, as being a woman. You stand in front of your chair, feet slightly apart, and swing your arms, nice and loose. So this helps the joints. And I'm going to count, we're going to go 3 and then up. So 1, 2, 3, up and hold. A good stretch again and hold it. And again, swing. 1, 2, 3, up and hold. Good. And down. And then this time we're going to go out and across. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, swing out and hold. And again, swing. And 1, 2, 3, swing out and hold. And down. Just lean forward a little and make a big circle with your arm. And then circle back the opposite way. And stop. And the other arm, whichever it is, swing it round, big circle. Circle back the opposite way. Good. And stand up straight and have a wriggle all over. Oh, lovely. I hope they're filming you doing that. That's really good. Okay, stretch your arms out. Swing from one side to the other. Try not to hit anybody. Good. Big swing. Whoa, it's a nice feeling, isn't it? You can talk. And down. Okay, flop forward. And then come up slowly. It's as though you're uncurling your spine, vertebra by vertebra, up and up and up till you're up straight, and then sigh. And again, flop forward. And again, up slowly. And sigh. Feet together. And then we'll just do toes and heels. Good. Good for your balance. Okay, and stop. Take some little steps. And then a little higher. And a little higher. And then really go for it. Get that right up. And then lower, not too low yet, and a bit lower, and then little tiny fairy steps, and stop. Feet apart. And we're just going to transfer your weight from one leg to the other. So you just swing from side to side. Try and stay up straight. Good, and stop. Okay, if you need, just be near your chair, just in case you want it. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. So we're going to swing your right leg backwards and forwards. A good swing. And down. And then the other leg. And down. And then across and out. Stand behind the chair and hold it if you need it. And down. And the other one, across and out. Good. And down. For the camera, there's a lot of hilarity going on, but they're enjoying themselves. Okay, pop your hands on your hips. And just again, circle. Okay, I think what we'll do this time is go to the right, hold it, and round to the left, and hold it. Again to the right, and hold it, and round to the left, and hold it, and back you come. Feet apart, arms forward, and go down as far as you can. Whoa, very good. And then push up and come up slowly. And if you're really good at it, keep your feet flat, not on your toes. It's a bit harder. Down you go. It's as though you're sitting down. Well done. Whoa, look at this. Very good. Come back up again. Arms down. And lift your shoulders, breathe in. And sigh. One more. Lift, breathe in. And sigh. Okay, take your right arm. Let's take your right arm down and your left arm over. So stretch over to the side, like ballet dancers. And over the other way. Need a bit of Swan Lake music. And over to the right. Oh, very elegant. And over to the left. And back. I don't know why you didn't want filming. You were so good. Very nice. Don't turn round. I want you to clasp your hands like this behind your back. And then pull your hands down towards your feet. So your back and your head back as far as you can. And come up. Whoops. Don't come up again. They're between your feet, so don't step on them. And once more, stretch back. And come up and relax. Arms by your side. Okay, bend your right arm. And you're going to go right arm, left leg. So across and change, and change, and change, and change, and change. Good, and change, and change, and stop. And stand up straight, another few minutes. Okay, feet slightly apart, and hula hoop. I've just got one of those weighted ones. They're really good. I don't know how much exercise you do, because once they go in, they just keep going, really. And then back the opposite way. This is the difficulty, isn't it? Going the opposite way. Good, and stop. Okay, arms by your side, feet together. And we're going to do 3 steps to the right, back, 3 to the left, and back. So here we go. 1 together, 2 together, 3 together, stop. Left, 1 together, 2 together, 3 together, stop. I feel like it's a barn dance, isn't it? Okay, perhaps we could do, let's do 1, tap, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, tap. Are you ready? So we go 1, tap, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, tap, 6, 5, tap, 6, tap, and give yourself a big clap. Okay, you may sit down. We're going to use the resistance bands. These, when you get them originally, they've got sort of a powdery thing on them. And so to preserve them, if you're not going to use them for a while, is just give them a little dusting of powder. And even if you it's better to hang them up than roll them up. But even if you hang them, if you're not going to use it for a few weeks, is keep moving where it's hanging from. Otherwise, they do get... so I brought this one deliberately because this is one that's been rolled up for a while. You can see, and look what's happened. Can you see there? So I brought this one because it is quite old, and it hasn't been used for a long time because I've got quite a few different ones at home. But I thought I'd bring this to you to show you what happens. So hanging them is better than rolling. If you're going to use it every day, it's fine to roll them up. So what you need to do is before you use it, just check it, because obviously if I pull this really hard, it's going to tear, and if it tears, it can ping and hurt you. Okay, so that's just to make sure whenever you use them that you actually check them, that they're okay, and that there's no little, sometimes you get little tears on the edges. So these should be fine because they're quite new. So what we'll do to begin with is just some arm exercises, and then we'll go to legs. Now, when you're holding it, it is better, if possible, to have it wound round your hand, because if you do it this way, your hand can slip off. But if you've got it like this, you've got it nice and firm. So we will do it. And so from the ends, just do it so you've got about maybe a foot. I don't do centimetres, I haven't got a clue what that is. But anyway, about that distance. Okay, pop your hands down. And just before we start, sit up nice and straight. Feet flat on the floor, slightly apart. Take a little breath in through your nose and blow gently. Once more through your nose and blow gently through your mouth. Okay, arms forward and just pull apart and hold. And slowly back. Just put it down again. So do remember, it's fine doing this, don't do it yet, just watch. You pull apart, you hold, but you must do it slowly back, otherwise it's that. And you're using the muscles, you're using the same muscles, but one is actively and the other's preventing it going too far, and then when you do in slowly, you're using the same muscles but the other way around. I don't know whether that makes sense, but anyway, here we go. Pull apart, hold, and slowly back. And we do one more, apart, and slowly back. If you bring your hands closer together now, so there's just a short distance between. You know when I said about using muscles, strengthening muscles and resistance, when you have them further apart, you feel quite a difference than when they're close. So pull now and see how far you can go. You have to work harder and slowly together. Good. And again, apart, and slowly together, and down. Now you're using a lot of tension in these muscles, so when you've done that, just wriggle your shoulders. So there are many ways to use these bands. What I'm going to do now is to put it round the chair. Do you know how to do a reef knot? Do you remember from whatever you did at school or things? It's to do a knot so it won't slip. A reef knot is right over left, left over right. So you go over it one way and then the second one goes the opposite way. If you're unsure, I'll come and do it. Okay, just give it a little pull and make sure it is okay. Yeah, does it feel nice and firm? So again, I would take it to the knee, don't pull it, and then just come a little nearer the chair. So it's your hand's not quite at your knee. And try and just move your hands so the band's on the back of your hand, not on the front, the main band. Okay, make a nice fist and push forward and hold. And slowly back. If it's easy, go back a bit nearer to the chair. And again, stretch forward, hold, slowly back. And one more, forward, and hold, and slowly back. Then this time, bend your elbow so that your hands by your shoulder, and then we go up, and slowly down. Sorry, we're just having a little... Okay, and again, go up, hold, and slowly down. And once more, up, and slowly back down, and come across. Tuck your elbow in, and then pull across. You might need it a bit, I need mine a bit tighter than that. So it's across, and then pull out, and come across, and out, and once more across, and out, and relax. We better do the other arm, or else it'll feel left out. And just give it a little pull to make sure it's okay. And round your hand so it's just not quite as far as your knee. Okay. Push forward. Hold, and slowly back. If possible, just go straight forward. Don't come up at all, just go straight forward. Slowly back. And one more, forward. And slowly back. Bend your elbow, hand by your shoulder, and go up, and slowly down, and again up, and slowly down, and once more up, and slowly down. Good. In front of you, then across, and okay, come across and stretch out. And one more, across and stretch back. Down you come, and have a little wriggle of your shoulders. And you can undo it now. And we'll stand up. Hold it behind your back and there. And again, just pull, and you'll feel it in your back and your shoulders, hopefully, and together. You might, I need to do mine a bit wider. Apart, and slowly back. Wind it round you, that's it. And again. And slowly back. Okay. Make sure your band's nice and opened, not screwed up. And put your right foot on it with your weight on it. Round your hand. Similar to doing your chair, so you can do it standing or on your chair. We'll just do a couple. So forward, slowly down, stretch back, and back slowly, forward, and slowly down, and back, and down. Under your other leg, whichever that one is. And again, forward, and slowly down, and back. If it's easy, make it shorter, and slowly down. And again, forward, slowly down, and back, and slowly down. Good. Okay, you can sit down again. And put the under your feet, under your right foot. Bend your knee up to as high as you can go. And again, just if you do it once, you'll know whether you need it a bit tighter to make it really stretch. So you push your foot out and control it slowly back. And again, push forward and slowly back. And once more forward and slowly back and down. And under the other foot. Bend your knee up and push forward. Slowly back, push forward, slowly back, and one more, and slowly back and down. Then you're going to put it round just above your knees. I would do it just there's about that much gap, and then and again tie it. And then just test the knot. Take your right leg round and bring it back. If it's easy, you need it a bit tighter, but just keep it as it is for now. Out, round, and bring it back. Once more, and back. Then left leg out, and back. And out, and back, and once more, out, and back. Then stretch both. and bring them together. And stretch and together. One more. And together. Okay, now try and undo your knot. We'll stand up again. The nice thing about the bands are that you can work things out for yourself. You know, you can see what you can do. I mean, you can do things like, you can hold it here and do it this way. Hold it here and do it this way. It's a similar movement, but you can do it in different ways. Okay. Right hand behind your head. Then bring your left hand up and make sure that you're not too far apart. You don't want it like this because you'll get very little stretch. So you want it reasonably close together, your hands. So you're going to keep your left hand still and stretch your right arm up. And slowly back down. And again, stay nice and straight and up, try not to lean, and slowly back. The trick to not leaning is making sure you've got your weight equally between your feet, evenly between both feet, so you're not leaning one way or the other. So one more, up, and slowly down. Then keep your your right hand where it is, and pull your left hand down and come up slowly. And again, left hand down and slowly up. And one more, down and slowly up. Okay, this is my best side. Okay, feet apart, make sure, nice and straight, and then do both. This is a really strong exercise. And slowly together. And again, stretch. Slowly together. And one more, stretch. And slowly together. And turn, just have a little wriggle. So this time, it's over your left shoulder and hold with your right hand. Okay, got it? So it's left hand up and slowly back. And again, up and slowly back. Once more, up and slowly back. Keep that hand where it is. Pull your right hand down, slowly up, down, and slowly up. And once more, down, and slowly up. Keep them there, and then both together, up. I don't find this one quite so easy this way. And again, and together, and once more, and together, and relax. Okay, sit down. My sense now is that you've worked quite hard. I don't want to overdo it so that tomorrow you can't get out of bed or you can't lift your arm up. So I think from the bands that's probably good enough. So what we'll just do before the end, Okay, you've got your bands, so just pop your bands on the floor again. Sit forward on the chair. Feet slightly apart, that nice posture. Just lift your shoulders, breathe in and sigh. Again, lift, breathe in and sigh. When you're breathing in, just take your shoulders up carefully. We're not doing this. It's just a gentle lift and sigh. Very good. Give your right arm a shake. Left arm a shake. Right leg a shake. Left leg a shake. And stand up. Put your right foot in front of your left and just go forward and come back. Make sure that front leg is nice and straight, and again forward and back. You can, if you want, pop your hands on your hips and go forward and come back and change, left foot forward and again down, push back, forward, push back, and one more, forward, push back, and then shake your right leg, shake your left leg, and have a wiggly wobbly all over. Well done. Okay, I'm not sure we want to film the... Shall we film it or not? You think we should? Okay. Okay, so just sit down a second. So these exercises that you've done, you've used virtually every muscle group in your body. And now we're going to sing. And so we'll use lots of muscles in our faces. And you've laughed, so we've used some there. You didn't cry, so we didn't do those exercises. But there are a lot of muscles in our face too. And you can just even do some of those. One of the good ones is to close your eyes, screw your face up really tight, and then open your eyes wide. And again, squeeze your eyes tight, screw your face up, and open your eyes wide. And then we can say we've used nearly all our muscles. Okay, here we go. So stand up, clear your throats. And a smile on your face. Feet slightly apart. And here we go. We put our right arm in, our right arm out, in, out, and shake it all about. We do the hokey cokey and we turn around, clap. That's what it's all about. Left arm, we put our left arm in, our left arm out, in, out, and shake it all about. We do the hokey cokey and we turn around, and that's what it's all about. Both arms, we put both arms in and both arms out, in, out, and shake them all about. We do the hokey cokey and we turn around, clap. That's what it's all about. Right leg, we put our right leg in, our right leg out, in, out, and shake it all about. We do the hokey cokey and we turn around. That's what it's all about. Left leg, we put our left leg in, our left leg out, in, out, and shake it all about. We do the hokey cokey and we turn around. That's what it's all about. We put both legs in and both legs out. In, out, and shake them all about. We do the hokey cokey and we turn around. That's what it's all about. Here we go. Oh, okey, okey, cokey. Oh, okey, okey, cokey. Oh, okey, okey, cokey. And knees bend, arms stretch, rock, rock, rock. Well done.